Hey there, everybody. How are you tonight? We are going to make another one of our wonderful new packages. This is called Skillet Lasagna. Now, this one, again, like our cheeseburger, reminds me of Hamburger Helper. There's a Hamburger Helper out just like this, and it just follows it very much the same, but far better ingredients. Let's read those ingredients so you know what's in it. We have cornstarch, onion, herbs, cheddar cheese flavor, organic cane sugar, inactive nutritional yeast, tomato powder, garlic, sea salt, black pepper. And it does have a warning that it may contain some milk. I don't see milk on the ingredients, but it does say that in case anybody has issues with milk. So we're going to make this very simple, quick and easy, wonderful supper. This is for my husband. He's home tonight and he will enjoy this because he loves lasagna, but this is a skillet one. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fry up a pound of ground beef, get it all nice and brown. And to get it nice and small, of course, I use this. If you don't have this, I've told you before, you have to get it. It is such a great meat separator. It separates all the meat and it's so easy to use. I can't imagine not using this and going back to a spatula. Anyway, so there's my meat. My meat is pretty well browned up. I started that before the show. And we take our package and we add it to 3 cups of water. I see you don't really see my counter. There we go. See my counter. Okay, so 3 cups of water. So I have 3 cups of water there, and we're going to add the package. So whisk 3 cups of water. Oh, I meant to get a can of tomato paste out of my cupboard. Okay, so 3, how many servings does this make? This says it makes 5 servings. So I'm going to put most of it in this one and a little bit in this one because I didn't take my big dish. My big dish is getting my milk all ready with a little bit of vinegar to sour it up to make some pancakes and waffles for the kids for the month. They love pancakes and waffles, and I will make enough to do me for the whole month. And we will be having Wednesday pancakes, I believe. And they love, of course, they love maple syrup on it, but I like taking frozen fruit and making a little compost, I think it's called, compost, and pouring it over. I just try to get the fruit into them as much as possible, especially this time of the year. And of course, it being more expensive, I look for alternative ways to get that fruit into them. Mind you, right now, I think everything's expensive. It wouldn't really matter. So you're going to whisk that up, get that all mixed in. You could do a better job than I'm doing. But there it is, and you just let it sit for a minute. I'm going to find us some tomato paste. So how much tomato paste do I need? I need 1 can, a 5.5 ounce can. Okay, and we're supposed to brown up the ground beef, which I did, and then we're going to add the seasoning to it. And it calls for this different kind of pasta, which I'm not sure what that is. It's called Mafalda pasta. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe you do. If you do, comment below. Do you use that kind of pasta before? I'm just going to use lasagna, and I didn't have enough lasagna, so I'm going to put some fusel pasta into it, which reminds me I must add that to my grocery list. I need some more. My kids eat it every week. Okay, I'm going to get some tomato paste. So a 5.5 ounce can of tomato paste. So I have 2 here. I have tomato sauce and tomato paste. We're going to do tomato paste. All right, so I hope this is big enough. Is this big enough? Okay, 5.5 or 156. Perfect. It's going to take a whole small can. I like to have these on hand. This is my last one, so I'm going to have to add that to my grocery list too. So we're going to open that can up. Always have a can of tomato paste and tomato sauce in my cupboard. I tend to use them often. Here, my doggy, she's going to want in here soon because it's cold. That needs to go in. All right, so we have our ground beef is cooking over here, and it is browned. That's what I'm trying to say. And we're going to add our seasoning to it. So you take your seasoning, give it a good mix. We're going to add it. So it's a lot of liquids, but if you can remember using Hamburger Helper, that's how it was. We added a bunch of liquids to it. We added pasta and meat to it, and it just all went together. And as it cooks, the liquids absorbs into the pasta. I'm going to turn that up in my pan. And next, we're going to add what? The seasoning. is in there. And then we're going to add tomato paste. So I'm going to take my knife, which I love using because it scrapes the edges right out. So you get all the tomato paste into your pan. So we're going to put all that in. Otherwise it sticks around the edges. I'm curious, what are you making right now for meals? What is your comfort meal? January for a lot of people is a dull month because you just got over, either you've spent all your money and you've got hardly anything left, or you're coming off of a big high of being around lots of people and it's quieter and it's back to routine with kids, sports and school. But for those of us who are empty nesters or on our own, it becomes a little quieter because we don't have the family coming and going. So I'm big on comfort food. See, it's nice and clean. I love comfort food. Who doesn't? So what are your favorite comfort foods this time of the year? So my tomato paste is in there. I don't need this anymore. We're going to mix the tomato paste in with the water. Seasoning. Sure smells good over here. Now we're going to add pasta. So, like I said, it called for a certain pasta that I didn't have. So I had to improvise. So I have this lasagna left. And of course, when you make lasagna, I tend to not use all the noodles. I have three noodles left. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to break them up and throw them into there. So it's a little bit of a lasagna. And that's probably the better pasta for me to use. Because it's a lasagna skillet. And this way too, if you happen to be gluten-free, you can get gluten-free pasta and put it in. So that's not enough pasta. They call for 2 cups. So I'm going to add some fuel, as you heard me say before. Add that in. Because we need pasta to absorb the liquid. So there is, I'm just going to put a little more in. I put in about 1.5 cups of my lasagna. I wasn't sure how much I would need. I'll put that over. All right, so that's everything in the pan. And we are going to bring it to a boil. Bring to a boil. That's what I thought. Bring it to a boil. And then you're going to reduce the heat and you're going to cover it and simmer. You're going to simmer for 15 to 17 minutes or until the pasta is tender. You stir it occasionally. Then you remove it from the heat and you're going to top it with a cup of your favorite cheese, mozzarella, and then let that melt for 2 minutes and your pasta's all ready. So this is so much the same, definitely the same as using your stovetop. Sorry, Hamburger Helper. What's your favorite Hamburger Helper? Mine was the one with the potatoes in it. Loved the potatoes. But it has so many different ingredients. And actually, I'm going to pick up a box today at the grocery store. So I can look at the ingredients and see what the benefits are to switching to our Epicure brand. Okay, so there we go. So I just want to show it to you in case you can't see it. There you go. All cooking. Smells so good. We're going to bring it to a boil, and as soon as it boils, I will turn it down, and it'll simmer for 15 minutes. Give me a chance to clean up my dishes around here, and that is my meal all ready. So, did you catch our coffee chat last week? How about you jump on this week? Are you interested in joining us? 10 minutes, that's all we're going to spend, 10, 15 minutes if we're really chatting, and over coffee, and we'll talk about around the table. What we eat, what we need to eat, what we don't eat, what we like. Bring me suggestions, things you want to find out, and we're just going to chit chat. Talk about grocery shopping, meal planning, anything that you would like help with. And not just that, you'll help me because as we talk, we can learn from each other. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by and watching my show. And let me know your stovetop, did it again, Hamburger Helper favorites that you used to like. We now have cheeseburger pasta and this skillet lasagna. Awesome choices. Okay, everybody, take care. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me.